Okay, welcome to Finance Bro. Today we're discussing a very interesting topic. It's on luxury car as an alternative investment class. And we have a very special guest today. It's none other than Cham Tan, an enthusiast in luxury car investment.
Cham is a financial services director with almost 2 decades of experience, and he is also a chartered financial consultant, a chartered life underwriter, neuro-linguistic programming trainer, anagram trainer, and many more. So over the years, he has picked up this hobby and acumen for buying luxury car. So let's welcome Cham first. So Cham, can you tell us a bit more about how you started and what kind of car did you first purchase and your journey with the car?
Okay. Hi, everybody. Okay. I started buying my own car, right? I think in 2006, 3 months after I joined my present company, and after earning some money, my first car was actually 18,000, right? It's a used car. If I remember correctly, it's actually 18 years old. COE car, 18,000. And I actually shared with my brother. So we work in the same line. So we each one half-half lah. Then everything half-half. So after I purchased that car, then our utilization was quite a lot, right? Because we're doing sales, running around and all that. So after 3 months, he took over that car, and then I went to buy another car.
So the first car is what model?
Okay, so it was actually a Honda Civic EG9, right? So that was for the first 3 months. Then after I bought a brand new Honda Civic. So those years, COE was only 18,000, not like today, right? 18,000. And then in those years, you can have a 10-year loan, and you can even have a cashback option. Okay, so you can like over loan. So like you buy a car, you sign, you wait for the bank to give you money first. Then that money can be used to pay 7-month installment. So a lot of people, when they buy car, they take a very big bank loan, but then they take some cash out. But when they sell the car, then they have to pay the difference. So it becomes like they cannot sell the car if they don't have cash. But buying a car was very easy those days lah. Yep. So that was how I started lah. My first car was a Honda Civic EG9. Then after I bought a Honda Civic brand new one. At that point, 2007 was 1.8. I remember the car value very clearly because my first car, so it's 77,000 with COE. Yeah.
It's a brand new from
brand new car. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then what initially attracted you to buying a car? Is it because of convenience or?
Okay. So being in this line, right, doing financial services, last time we used to call insurance agent. When first started, most of us, not like today, we have a lot of forms. So we don't have like an iPad, everything is in the iPad. In the past, we have one set of form for new application. So one new application is easily 6 forms, right? Application form, fact finder, recommendation, gyro form, and then that's only for new application. And then sometimes we meet customer do changes. So every change is one form. Withdraw this, one form, change this, one form, change that, one form, then different type of policy, different form, right? And then claims also another step. So usually when you see our car boot, when you open, it's all the A4 boxes. They're all the different forms. Then we will have a file. Then we will take all the forms put inside the file. Then we go up, meet the customer. Then if the form run out, we say, okay, wait, I go to my car. So mobile, go down, take the form, go up. So that was the initial reason why I bought the car. Is really to support the work that we do lah, right? But of course, fast forward now, 19 years later, this no longer needed, obsolete, replaced by digitalization, which I mean a lot of people, they are not thankful, but I'm every day very thankful that everything in one iPad. Right, yeah, so that is what got me started for getting a car, yeah.
So luxury car as an investment, right? How would you then define this asset class then?
Okay, so maybe first of all, I would not call it an investment, right? I would say that luxury car mainly is for your own personal use. I mean, IRAS also says personal use, so cannot redeem tax and all that. Okay, so maybe before that, I share a bit about the cars that I own, so that you all also know where I'm coming from. Because if you own different type of vehicles, then we might not be talking about the same thing lah. Okay, so my first car was the Honda Civic. Second car is another Honda Civic, but it's a brand new. Then my third car is actually a BMW 5 Series E60. Then I drove that for I think about 3 years until it's from 7 year to 10 year, then scrap. Then after I went to buy a DC5, it's a Honda Integra Type R. Then after I bought a Mitsubishi Evo 9, then a BMW Z4, then Audi TT, then Porsche Cayman, then BM6 Series, the Cabriolet, the F10, then Audi R8. Then after that, I went to buy a Lamborghini, a Gallardo, 5.2 liter. That one was one of my favorite car, right? V10 NA. Then after I changed to a McLaren 12C, 3.8 liter V8 twin turbo. Then Aston Martin Vantage V8 4.7 liter. Then after that, my current car is actually a Ferrari California 4.3 liter NA. So these are the 14 cars that I've personally owned in my last 19 years. Then I have another 5 cars that I shared with my friend. So a bunch of enthusiasts, we buy and sell cars sometimes. So we had a EK4, a very old Honda Civic, then a M5, right? So 3 of us pool, then we bought, but just a short term, 6 months, then we trade it for a S2000, then a Honda S2000. Then after I took over S2000, I sold the S2000 for a profit of 20K, which later we talk about the profit. And then after we bought a DC5, another Honda Civic Type R. And then recently we just purchased a car 6 months ago, another Lamborghini Gallardo, right? Super Leggera. And then that's 5 cars that we share. We own. And then I still have another 2 cars, which I co-share with my wife. So one Z4, her first car, then now it's a 535. So you can see we are like very Honda and very BM fan base. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the history on the last 19 years, total 21 car.
So if you were to differentiate the luxury car from our typical traditional investments, right? How would it look like?
Okay, so when we talk about car and most people concept of car is actually a very confusing topic because at different years, it means different things. So maybe I split into 2 categories first. The first category is the brand new car. Okay, so any brand new car when you first purchase, if you know that the tax is very heavy, so you pay actually almost up to 300, depending on the car, up to 320% extra tax. You have to pay a COE, you have to pay registration fee, etc., etc. So when you buy a first brand new car, right, there's a lot of taxes that go into it. And I understand this firsthand because my second car was actually a brand new car. But end of 10 years, if you just don't change car, which is quite impossible situation for most people, but there are people who drive 10 years, then you get back half of the ARF with half of the initial value, then minus all the tax. So in that 10 years, actually you lose all the tax, you lose all the COE, and you actually lose half the value of the initial value. But when you renew that car, you actually retain the intrinsic value, which is the ARF, what you sort of scrap, what you get back. And then you don't need to pay all the taxes. You just need to pay the COE because that's the cost of renewing the COE. So what happens is, for the lifespan of a car at brand new to the first 10 years, in the first 7 years, most cars tend to lose money. There's no car that sort of make money. So I would not say it's an investment. Okay, but when you come to a point whereby it's 7 year, 8 year, 9 year old, then this car become in a what I would say a spot whereby is a very special place because you cannot get too much loan because of the years left, and then most of it you have to pay cash. And a lot of people when they buy car, they go by loan. Majority, I think 90% go by loan, right? So for people who cash this car, and on the 10 year, if they renew, right, they usually can sell it, package it together without any loss. I would not say without earn money, but I would say with very minimal loss. Or you can even maybe drive it for free or maybe a little bit more. So what makes that little bit more is actually the COE, the price of COE. If COE is very low, then you package it with the price you buy, then when you sell it, then it's a very cheap car. But if the COE is very high, then it's going to cost you a lot. So that 7 year to the 10 year, it really depends on the COE outlook. Right? Like now, the last 3 years is like 100 over 1,000, so it's quite high. Yeah. So to answer your question is, depreciation for the brand new car to the 7 year usually depreciates quite flat line one. But from the 7 to the 10 year, sometimes it can be like, if you renew the car, it can be like, okay, the depreciation is not so heavy. Yeah, that's where you can find a bit of savings from the expenses of the car. Yeah.
I think this is also pretty unique to the last few years, right? Since COVID pandemic period. I mean, in the past, you see cars beyond 10 years get renewed lah, but rarely lah. But now you see like everywhere is
Actually, in the past, there is a lot. That's why the first car I bought in 2006 is just 18 years old car. Right? So that exists. But when the COE is low, more car tend to be renewed lah. Right? And if they like the car. So the car must have some special, like it's a sports car, youngsters like. But if it's like a normal like Paris family car, then nobody will renew those type of cars. So it must have that. Okay, people don't mind drive it for another 10 years. You know, like maybe like a BMW. And people still don't mind. Oh, it's 5 Series, 10 years, sayang. So, you know, renew. So those cars we tend to see. But in the pandemic, something unique happened. Because that was suddenly the COE start to go up. Right, from a very stable 40, 50,000, then to 70,000, then people say, wow, we touch 100,000, then after that, wow, 90,000, then 100,000. So during that period, I think for that 3 years, actually the car that I bought during that 3 years, I bought and I sold, I actually have a profit. But I would not say it's an investment. I would say that it's because the COE rise, so the general market has increased. So when I sell a car at a higher price, I also buy in the next car at a higher price. You know, I mean, the general market has increased, has become more expensive, right? But I do buy and sell. I mean, out of so many cars, some cars that make some money. Yeah.
So what do you think are the key factors that determine the value of the car then?
Okay, so the first thing I think is that the car cannot be too new lah. If it's too new, you sure lose money one lah. Okay, but there come a time whereby your bank got a lot of money. Right? You know, like you play Monopoly, suddenly you're towards the end of the game, suddenly you got a lot of money, then you start annual spend. So there are some rich people, 50, 60 years old, too much money already, right? Like Johnny Depp, don't know what to do, then they buy annual splurge, right? So there are people who will still buy and enjoy this one. But if you are conscious about the value, then brand new car is sure lose money lah. The day you drive brand new, tomorrow is second hand already, so you will lose a little bit already. And then that goes. So when the car is about like 7, 8 years old, where people start to feel that they don't really want it, right? And you have to pay cash because it's heavy. Most people want to take loan. And if you can afford those cars, and if that car can renew and it's okay to buy with renewed COE. There are some cars that people say, oh, I wait for it 10 years, the COE renew, then the price is okay, then I can take a loan for 7 years and then it's cheap for me to own. Those are the cars that potentially don't lose so much or make a bit of money. Yeah, and good brands like Toyota, Honda, like even BMers, that the engine is not built for 10 years one, it's built for 30 years one. I mean, you know, Honda don't build car for 10 years, right? It's 10 years you scrap, people say, the car can last 30 years. Those cars are the cars that people don't mind to keep long term. Those cars don't lose so much. I would not say dare to say make lah. I would say don't lose so much or break even lah. Yeah.
Over the 19 years that you have driven the car, right? Is there any biggest profit that you ever had?
Okay, good question. So the biggest profit was that Gallardo, which I love so much, but I really didn't want to sell. But I bought it for 225 at that point of time. Left 2.5 years. I drove it for about slightly less than a year, about maybe 9 to 10 months. I sold it for almost a 40K profit. But that is also because the COE all went up. So any car at the price was like 260, 270 already. So I bought like 225, then I sold at like 265. Then I got the offer that I like, want to sell. Then I say, it's just a car, don't be so emotionally attached. Sell. After I sell, I quite regret. I quite regret, yeah.
So for all the brands, like for example, we keep thinking, you see, we always view this way lah. Car, depreciating asset, buy car, you waste money every year, depreciate at a certain
rate. And that's
rate.
correct also.
Then we see again, like if it's a depreciating asset, then car dealers still make money from it, man.
Yes.
Right. They also can make a living out of it.
Yes.
So right. How come we are same human being, but we see things differently?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is one very important point that you have brought up. How do car dealers make money?
Yeah.
So if car dealers can make money, then definitely we can buy something cheaper and sell at a profit, right? So there must be this. Okay, but the caveat is this. The car dealer, they don't buy car to drive long, right? They buy to trade. So if you hold a car, their typical thinking is not to hold a car for more than 3 to 6 months. Or if 1 year is jam ready. So they need to buy in at a price that they can quickly flip. If I can buy now, 2 weeks later, sell, 1 month later, sell, that's the best, right? So for them, then they earn the in between, right? But for us, because you think of it as I buy and I drive for 2 years, then you sell, it's a different story already. because the year is different. Okay, so that's one. The second one is, you see when car dealers do right, most of the time they full cash the thing. They don't take loan. Or there's special like financing from certain people. So they don't take the typical car loan. Okay, so this typical car loan is something as a financial planner that I learned that is not so simple. They call it simple interest. But I always tell my customer, I tell my friends, simple interest is not simple. Simple interest is very not simple. So if you see a simple interest at 2.5%, it's actually the effective rate is about 5%. If you see simple interest at 2.88 or 3%, which is the current rate, right, it's about 6%. And you know from financial planning, financial products, to get 6% return, it's not difficult, but it's also a lot of commitment to get the 6% return. I need to put long-term horizon, I need to diversify, I need to generate a 6%. It needs a lot of, it's not like come overnight. It's not like fixed deposit. You put and then, okay, sure we get. You must hold, you must wait, you must diversify, you must monitor, you must long term. But for the car, the minute you buy and take a loan, it's 6%. So to me, I feel very unbalanced to pay this 6%. So I only buy cars that I can afford to full cash. After I establish my career about on the 5th, 6th, 7th year, I start to say, okay, I only buy car that I can pay off. If I have no money, I buy a cheaper car. I don't mind buying a Honda, but I can pay off. Left 2 years, no, the value is not a lot, and then I mean the quantum is not a lot, then I pay. So that was my mindset, because I don't want to lose money through interest. And a lot of people actually lose a lot of money through bank interest, and they don't count that into the depreciation.
Yeah.
And if you count that, then it's even more. Yeah.
So you always have an allocation, a budget lah.
Yes.
So you allocate a portion of your money just into buying cars.
Yes. I think at the start, I mean for car, I mean the market is like, if you have 30,000-40,000, you can get a relatively okay car, like, just to drive you point A to point B, left 1-2 years. 30,000-40,000, you can buy a Golf or something like that, Volkswagen, whatever. Then from there slowly then when you accumulate wealth, then you put, because when you buy a Mercedes with that money, you can use that 40,000 to buy a Mercedes, but you take the loan, long-term interest, you lose more. You buy the Golf, although you lose, but you don't lose much. Then you drive for 3 years, you accumulate more wealth, then you buy a better car. So buy the car that you can afford. Don't buy a car that you can afford the installment. People say, I can afford the installment. That one is lose a lot of money. That one sure die. Yeah. To me, I mean, not financially savvy.
Understand. Then how much will you allocate? Like what's your number in your mind? Okay, this year maybe I can allocate this percentage.
So I would say that because I use the car for my job, it's a bit different. But because I do know people who buy car, they want a CBD, they don't drive in. Then they don't park there because parking is so expensive. So weekday is MRT. Then weekend, then drive. So if you are like that, then the utilization is a bit different. But for me, it's really, as an agent, I clock like 30,000. Wow, very heavy usage one, right? And then the more you use, the more worth it actually is, right? So at the starting point, to me is about utilization. So talk about the quantum for a car, like what I say, at the early point, maybe 30,000-40,000 is reasonable if you are going for the full cash. I did the loan thing, like my first car, 77,000. I did the loan thing before, and I felt that this loan thing really lose a lot of money, because I only experienced the loss when I start to come and when I want to sell the car. Because like I was very few people drive for 10 years one. So on my second year, I started to ask, hey, I want to redeem the car much. Then I realized, wow, I need to pay so much. Then I have been paying my installment for 2 years already. How come, still owe you so much? Then doesn't make sense. Then it's like almost like the whole car, the price haven't even paid anything yet. Yeah, so that was where I start to have that thinking lah. But if you say about allocation of total wealth, I think it depends on the stage you are and what you use it for. At the start, because I use it for my sales and I need to run around, so I allocate a bit more. But I think a good budget would be 30,000-40,000. But over time, I think that at least for me I think that you cannot be more than like maybe 30%. I think it's a little bit over. Okay. But it also depends on where you are in your career, because sometimes you talk about percentage, it doesn't make sense for people who are very established. But it doesn't make sense for people who are very young. So really a percentage doesn't really help. But I think if you talk about a quantum amount, 30,000-40,000, good, reasonable. But if you have, the most I spent on a car so far is about 400,000. Like my Ferrari is about I bought at 350 plus repairs about 380. So that's the most. And that is maybe about, I would say, 10-15% of my so-called portfolio of assets. So 10-15% max.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. I think a lot of people don't really know how to allocate, how much should I spend on car and stuff like that. So I'm just very curious question about the 5 cars that you co-share with your friends. So all that 5 cars is just to it's just like a trading kind of thing lah. Just to trade lah. You hold for a while and then I want to sell it away.
So multi-purpose. Okay, multi-purpose. Yeah, so most of the car is because all of us are from a car group. So we are like, we are from the Honda Integra car group. So we are like, okay, quite like cars. So when we have a chance to drive like a dream car or a car that we want to buy, but to drive a dream car is very difficult because I must sell my family car. I must sell my own car to buy the dream car. So if I have my own car, you have your own car, but we combine and share, then we can buy this dream car to drive for a while. We are quite happy. And if the financial makes sense, that means we buy it at a price that will not lose so much. Okay? And we anticipate the loss if we sell after 1 year, this loss, and we can bear that cost, we are okay. But surprisingly, out of the 5 car, right, 1 break even, 2 break even, 1 make money, 1 break even. 2 break even, 2 make money. The 5th one is stay in our possession. So we okay. So we have not lost money in the car. But when I say not lost money means the car value and plus repair costs. But not including like insurance and road tax. Insurance and road tax is our utilization, so we don't load into the so-called costing. Yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting. So it's like a multi-purpose lah. So it's one way is just fulfill your dream lah. You feel like owning this car, I just want to have it, and then maybe come together, buy together, and then
like for example, you talk about latest car. So before you bought, you say, hey, what you want to use it for? How long you going to buy it for? If you want to sell to the next buyer, you okay to sell or not? So we talk about this first.
Okay.
Then we bought that Lamborghini because I told you I love my Lamborghini. So I okay, I want to buy, and then it's like a high spec model. So I bought. But 2 of my friends have not drive supercar before, so they time to drive a supercar at 1/4 the costing, and I don't mind put for a while, lose a bit, right? So I don't mind sharing the cost. Is about maybe 250k. So each of us is like 65k. So to them is I put aside 65k, but this 65k, if I sell, maybe I take back 50k, I take back 60k. So okay, and then the road tax all divide by 4, the insurance divide by 4. So much more reasonable to attain. But if you one person, then your road tax is like 5,000, your insurance is like 4,000. So it's like, wow, the cost a lot. So they don't mind. And then we also gamble a bit to hope that we sell a little bit higher. If you sell a little bit higher, then we break even, then drive for free 1 year, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, that's very interesting insight. So we're gonna pause this episode a while before it gets too long.
Okay.
And later on, the next episode, what Chem will share with us is more insights about the performance of luxury cars. And is there any way to see which car is better in terms of model, brand, and stuff like that? So we'll end this episode first, and then we'll continue afterwards.
Okay.